Hello, and welcome to Volume 4 of the Empower Report. My name is Jason Finucan, and I founded Empower Professional Services in early 2015 to provide solutions for corporations and schools as they work to overcome stigma and reduce the impact of mental illness. The Empower Report is my weekly video blog, which will be available on social media and my website at empowerproservices.com. This week, I would like to speak about my issue with the word issue. As a person who has faced the challenges of both open heart surgery and bipolar disorder, I am all too familiar with the kind of language we use to describe illness. This language ranges from clinical and benign to negative and charged with stigma and discrimination. My issue is with the use of the word issue when speaking of mental illness. Of the many definitions of the word issue, two of them apply to this argument. Number one, a personal or emotional problem. For example, I had issues that prevented me from doing well in school. Or number two, any problem or difficulty. For example, sorry I'm late, I had an issue with parking. Now, I fully acknowledge that many people who currently use the word issue when describing a mental illness, for example, Jason is having issues with depression, they are doing so with absolutely zero negative intent or stigma. I also recognize that based on the definition of issue as any problem or difficulty, to use it to describe a mental illness is indeed a correct use of the word. However, I would argue that there is an inherent underlying judgment which derives from the existence of stigma in this use of the word issue, and my reasoning is based on a very simple fact. People don't say, Jason has an issue with his heart, or Jason is in the hospital due to issues with lung cancer. Why? Well, I believe the reason is, in these contexts, most people understand issue to mean the first definition I shared, namely, a personal or emotional problem. And we intrinsically understand that Jason's illness with his heart or his lung cancer are by no means personal or emotional problems. Mental illness, on the other hand, is very commonly lumped in with this category, as many people, even if empathetic and well-intentioned, simply don't understand the various mental illnesses well enough to know they aren't personal or emotional problems. This lack of knowledge can create fear, stigma, and discrimination, even if only subconsciously. Thus, my issue with the word issue and its subtle but powerful impact. If you have never had a mental illness, I can assure you it is very much a clinical and physical illness with wide-ranging symptoms that cannot be changed simply by sorting out a personal or emotional problem. I tried for 2 years to fight through the symptoms of bipolar disorder without any treatment, and doing so was as wasteful and unsuccessful a strategy as trying to meditate my way to a healthy heart. Now imagine hearing that these horrible, life-altering symptoms of mental illness are being described as an issue, but a colleague's virus is an illness. Sometimes these subtle and often unintentional forms of stigma in our language can be the most hurtful and the most difficult to change. Now, I share this with you not to preach, nor to criticize anyone who may be using the word issue in this way. I share these thoughts and experiences with the hope that they may help those without mental illness better understand the challenges caused by even innocent and subtle stigmas. My issue is not with you, even if just yesterday you said, my sister is having anxiety issues again. My issue is with the use of a perfectly fine word that has, over time, become an unintentional platform upon which stigma can be transferred. If you agree and want to stop this stigmatized use of the word issue, try this simple but effective trick. Before saying or writing anything about someone with a mental illness, ask yourself if you would use the exact same language if they had cancer. If you would like to know more about how my unique and inspirational keynote lectures and other services create real and lasting impact on your employees' understanding of mental illness and stigma, visit my website at empowerproservices.com. That's all for this edition of the Empower Report. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for future editions of this video blog as well as new written blogs. I invite you to follow me on social media as well. I can be found on Twitter with the handle @FinucanJason and on Facebook, Google+, YouTube, and LinkedIn by searching for Jason Finucan. If you would like to sign up to receive weekly notifications of new written and video blogs when they are posted, you can do so at empowerproservices.com. Thank you very much, and be well.